The former director and economic advisor suggested in 2019 that every household in the country could benefit from a $5,000 cash grant from oil proceeds to aid in poverty reduction, food and nutrition and health maintenance, social inclusion, as well as the poverty and inequality ratio across the country. But the economist is now suspicious that the government of the day might be utilizing his proposal to serve that party's interests in its strongholds.
And a distorted, discriminatory way, like with the sugar workers and the $150,000. They're trying to give handouts to their constituents.
On Monday, Vice President Dr. Barrett Jagdeo, during a visit to Berbice, posited that sugar workers who were affected by the closure of sugar estates under the previous administration will be able to soon benefit from a $250,000 cash grant. However, Dr. Thomas believes that that is a preposterous idea, given that the sugar economy is dead and stands a very low chance of being revitalized as is.
And I feel that what is going to happen, unless there's a planning of how we're going to deal with this, is that sugar agriculture is going to be the source of wasting a lot of the windfall revenues we're getting from the oil and gas.
Professor Thomas further alleged that Ghana could never be able to compete in the world market in terms of sugar production, given its topography. He further opined that subsidizing the sugar industry is akin to subsidizing the cost for those consumers outside of the country who buy Ghana's sugar.
Now, my big concern is that if we begin to subsidize sugarcane agriculture, what you're really doing is subsidizing the consumers in Europe.
On the point of the rise in cost of living across the country, Professor Thomas says that the government needs to up the ante on the use of more local products, while reducing taxes on those commodities in order to remedy that situation. He is of the firm view that more imports would continue to contribute to a sharp rise in cost of living for local consumers.
The goal of trying to create a fair and advantageous, let me put it here, I want to say fair, an advantageous marketplace for local farmers.
Earlier in the year, President Irfan Ali reversed the taxes on import and duty to pre-pandemic costs to help alleviate the sharp rise in cost of living. That measure has been put in place until January 2022. On Tuesday, the Ministry of Finance issued its mid-year report on the state of the economy, where it highlighted that the country has seen a real GDP growth of 14.5%, of which 4.8% accounts for growth in the non-oil economy, notwithstanding the perils faced by the country since the beginning of the year. The ministry also evaluated the growth of the agriculture sector, highlighting that that sector has declined by 2.4% compared to 4.1% for the corresponding period for the previous year. The sugar industry alone accounts for a 22.4% decline in production when compared to 2020, according to the mid-year report by the ministry. This, it posited, was due to a shortfall in production as a result of the June 2021 floods, as well as multiple strikes by sugar workers during the course of the year, among other factors. Wendell Badrie for the HGB Nightly News.